could see it now. The four on that manor roof. In a ghost-like procession they came. Monsters of native lore, tens of them, massive and looming. And what followed, it was their king, and it was also a brother. The Puritan priest shuddered, for what lay before them was truly an abomination of the Most High. It was an amalgamation of flesh, feather, and bone, a beast of size equal to the tallest of pines, and it was leading them. It was their king. And atop that horrid mass rode a man, frail and gaunt. It was a Mohican, and it was also the brother of Nashun. It was the Deceiver. That night was one that Albany would never forget. They fought valiantly. The beasts outnumbered them 5-1. It would be the reckoning and also the beginning. It was truly surreal. The rage of his past welled up inside him. Nashun was to have his revenge and avenge the tribe which had been taken from him. With fury he fought, and so did his brothers, his real brothers. The group's bond was infinitely woven that night, and they all knew that this camaraderie was something more than random. It went on and on, the screams of the fallen, the gunfire, the smoke, and then the rain. The heavens broke forth, the clouds on high parted, and before their eyes he fell, an angel, and with him came a flood of rain. It was what the priest needed, and with a prayer lifted to the Almighty, it ended, searing and melting away the flesh of the beast, leaving behind one being, one false idol, the brother. I will tell you, Nashun had his revenge, and so came the end of that wretched man, that liar, that falsifier. It was over, but what of the others? Where was Om, Garuk, Cyrene? They would have unintentionally abandoned them during something such as this, and then it struck them. That gut-wrenching, heart-aching feeling, that confirmation of a spirit fleeting. She was no more, and they all knew somehow. Oh, and Garuk, like a sickness, it had taken hold. He couldn't take it. Everything wanted it. The craftsman had even tried making it out like he was going to just give it to him, but knew better. Now dead, he could be no threat. But what of his party? They would of course want to take it from him. They couldn't have it. Not now. Not ever. He must do whatever it was to keep that blade in his hands. Corrupted with greed and folly, he approached them. They looked. They didn't understand. Why? What had happened to him? But he was far too gone now, and they knew whatever anger had taken over him could not be quelled. And then he stuttered in stride, stopping. His helm shifted to the side, and with a groan, the great Garuk slumped to the floor, completely incapacitated, his entire body a fleshy lump. That little voice in Nishu's mind chuckled. It was all a part of the plan. The harbor was empty, except for two. The smoke of some fire floated across the tops of the buildings, but Om paid no mind. All he cared about was the man in front of him. He was his key to unlocking the memory of his past. This man was a ghost from his past, a fellow warrior in that great war so long ago. He relayed to him everything, and Ohm was enlightened that something was awakening, and part of that awakening was from this night in Albany. A darkness was creeping its way into this land, and something had to be done. Ohm was given a location and a task to go to France and find a fragment from the long past war, a fragment of some idol. It was the key to all of this. And so, he departed, silently and without a word. He knew his comrades would be safe. They were more than capable of themselves. As all these events simultaneously occurred, Boone sat alone in a church within the city. It was over, and he prayed. He prayed for his fellow brothers, as well as the lives lost that night. He also prayed for himself, the guilt that was still tailing him, even now. He just wanted to be worthy. I know you ask yourself, what must he be worthy of? Nathaniel, hero of the woods, brother of all. Well, Boone had a very well-kept secret about himself, and it plagued him every second of his existence. Living a lie is hard, and living the life of a hero while constantly reliving those innocent souls he took away is unbearable. Nathaniel is not the man he claims to have always been. He is stained and dirty, just like the rest. But for now, I must tell you of what happened to him in that church. As he knelt there, praying and looking upon the colored glass visage of Jesus, it happened. Crash and tumble, the shards flew, and the rain poured through, following his arrival. That fallen angel, that lost son of the Creator, crashed through the window to the pulpit floor. It was who had been written about for centuries, that devil. Colossal wings unfurled, they shook themselves dry of the fragmented glass, twinkling and glittering. Boone was stunned. Before him walked the devil, incarnate. Smile and step. He looked at Boone. What a poor man. Like so many others. Oh, well, there was more pressing at hand. The beginning of the fabled process. And so, the devil flew. Boone was left dumbfounded. What did this mean?